There are 7.3 billion people in the world.
Roughly half of these people are women.
It is believed that 59% of these women will have experienced some kind of violence during their life.
Anywhere from 10 to 15% of these women have experienced violence in the past 12 months.
This violence came from spouses, family members, or warring people.
But it was and will not be limited only to physical abuse.
1 in 4 women will be the victim of rape or contemplated rape in their lifetime.
22% of those victims will be under the age of 12.
An estimated 1 million children, most of which are girls, are forced to enter the sex trade.
And as of 2005, 95% of women in less developed countries were subjected to genital mutilation.
Violence against women happens in every country. Many of these women won't or can't come forward. They are not equal simply because they are women.
And being born a woman can be fatal. 60 million girls are missing in the world due to sex-selective abortions, infanticide, and neglect.
But women around the world are neglected every day by being denied education.
There are roughly 774 million illiterate adults in the world, roughly 2/3 of which are women and have been for the past 20 years.
And out of the 72 million children who are not attending elementary school, 54% of them are girls.
In less developed regions, 45% of women will not complete a secondary education.
And only 15% of women with a secondary education will be allowed a tertiary education.
In lesser developed regions, this number will plummet to almost 0.
If women around the world are being denied an education, it is no surprise that they are at a higher risk for employment vulnerability.
80% of the women in Eastern and Western Africa are categorized as high risk for employment vulnerability.
75% of women in Southern Asia suffered the same fate.
35% of women in South America.
15% in Southern Europe and 10% in Northern Europe.
10% is too much. Are their jobs more at risk due to their domestic work?
On average, women spend twice as many hours as men doing domestic work in the home.
From the average extra 4 hours that women in Africa work in the home to the 6 hours that Latin American women work, jobs of women around the world are suffering drastically due to this simple fact.
No woman should have to suffer through these inequalities.
Improving the lives of women improves the quality of life for everyone.
Gender equality raises the cause of child survival, societal development, and alleviate poverty throughout the world.
A stance taken for women's rights
is a stance taken for humans' rights.
The United Nations Millennium Project aims for gender equality and empowered women by 2015.
If these goals are achieved, child mortality, maternal health,
educational needs,
and poverty can all be improved drastically.
What you've seen are the most recent statistics.
They are numbers representing real women who've suffered through real injustice.
But numbers can change.
In 10 years, will so many women still be suffering?
Or will the global community set their sights on improving women's and therefore humans' rights?
And you can help stop this injustice.
And by seeing this,
by sitting where you are,
by feeling what you feel.
You've already taken the first step.